And I look at it again as it is a challenge to Nigerians and particularly press that where we perceive a misapplication or defect in our constitution, the only authority, the only body that the law creates or puts in place to administer and interpret is the courts. Don't let us be afraid of going to court to ask for interpretation of the law, either of our rights or of the corporate rights of Nigerians. From these three perspectives, I believe that the judgment has helped us to deepen our democracy, to further give an effect to the meaning and interpretation of our constitution and show the defect.
Okay, Esther, this is just to buttress what he's saying. He spoke about patriotism and courage and constitutional democracy. Now, does it not bother you? Is it not worrisome that they did not give directions in the judgment as to what to happen in the various states, but allowed confusion and anarchy to set in, especially looking at the case of the of Honorable Abdullahi Bello and Captain Idris Wada?
Thank you very much. You see, the oracles of the Supreme Court, you see, their pronouncements cascade down to us, mere mortals, from eternal realms. You know, they speak in quotes. You know, they are not just like us. You know, they just, like the letter 6 said, they are representatives of God on earth. So when they speak, you know, what we do is that in awe, we also take further direction from them. Say, please, this thing you said, what does it really mean? Okay? That is it. They don't come out and say, oh, you, go and take water. We don't say, oh, water might be necessary. But they will say, who is taking water now? Because they are representatives of God. And God does not speak our language, really. He ministers to our spirit. So that was why they went. What was the intent of the lawmakers? What was the spirit of the provisions of Section 180? What was the intent? What society was envisaged? They now said, oh, this is the spirit behind the provision. And they pronounced. It's like the oracle. They said, okay, this is what you do. But we will now have to take steps. Then, oh, if we now break it down, you know, because we are human beings, what does it mean for us? We simply have to take steps. You see, we are lucky, we are fortunate that at a time like this, Professor Jega is manning the INEC. Otherwise, there would have been chaos in the system. Now, the chief law officer of the state, in his duty, okay, functions of his office, let there be peace. Because definitely some people will go back to the oracle to seek clarification. It's imminent. But while that is happening, what happens? And I said, okay, do this. While we are waiting, while you take steps, and we seek further clarifications from the oracles and the Supreme Court. That is it. You can never really know. Who would have thought that Section 182 will spring forth ideas like de facto governor, de jure governor. Governor as a matter of fact, governor as a matter of law. I am telling you, these people, they are closer to God.
So can the judiciary overrule the Constitution?
No, don't get it wrong.
It's the spirit. They have gone. It's a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual venture. That's what I'm saying. They have gone to the spirits.
No, don't get it wrong.
Yes, please.
You see, what the Supreme Court has done is to tell you what the Constitution says.
The
Supreme Court cannot tell you of things that was not before them.
Yes.
The election of Kogi State or however was not a matter before the
Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court will never pronounce on a matter that is not before them. And of course, if any of the parties had taken an application before judgment and say this has been the development, yes, the law says they can take judicial notice of events, but they are not bound. They have no obligation to incorporate that into an argument of November.
That's right. In the case of Kogi State.
So what we are saying in effect is that what the Attorney General did is in his duty to preserve law and order and say pending the clarification, let the speakers take their place. But Kogi has a peculiar circumstance. No, don't blame the Attorney General. Let us commend his initiative. Let us close our eyes and imagine if he did not give the directive, what would have happened? I know a lot of the governors will have stayed there.